Hello. Today we're going to be doing a very strange role-packed fire red randomizer. So the main quirk is going to be that every single time a Pokemon levels up, it evolves. I'm going to force the evolution, I'm not allowed to stop it. And basically it means that if we get a really good Pokemon like a Mewtwo, it could evolve into a Caterpie and be screwed for the rest of the run until it evolves naturally. So you may ask, well, there's not much threat in that because you can just keep it on the backside. Or on the, on the back of the team, you don't need to use it all the time. And that is where chat comes in. You see, chat is going to be able to sabotage my attempts to keep my strong Pokemon alive or my weak Pokemon alive so they can become strong. Because you have the power to end everything. As if you decide to subscribe, what will happen is I will have to force a wheel. I've got a wheel right here, and we'll basically pick a random Pokemon, and that Pokemon has to be sent out, which means it probably dies. In addition, I am not allowed to switch out immediately. I have to make a move. So, if a weak Pokemon comes in, I can't just say, "Oh, that's fine. It's coming in. There's nothing wrong with that. I can just switch it out." No, I have to make an attack, which means that Pokemon is more than likely to struggle if it's too weak. So that's the base of it. I've also made a few things to make the game harder. So enemies have more levels, more Pokemon, better rule sets, better move sets. So needless to say, we're going to have a nice little bit of suffering together. And my chat, I'm just going to test it on both. Stream A, Stream B. Let's see what comes up. This hopefully bloody works. Okay, it is working. Fantastic. Alright, we are all set to go. So, without further to do, I guess is the way we would say that. I'm just going to put my chat window up here and a subscribe window up here just so I can make sure I can see it. And then we'll start. Alright, thank you for your patience. Let's play this absolutely ridiculous run. So, we're going to Wynot, which is probably one of the worst Pokemon of all time because it's a baby. A Tentacruel, this is a solid pick. Not many people like Tentacruel because it's common and it's annoying. But Tentacruel has a good stats. And Water Poison, even though it's not great in Gen 1, it should still be pretty strong. Now, I'm going to call him King. And the reason why I'm going to call him King is because he's a starter. Now, if the King dies, another Pokemon dies with him. So, one of his retainers screwed up, they must pay the price in blood. And it's a water versus water fight, okay. Movesets have been slightly randomized, as you can see. And all enemies should wear items as well. So we could have some absolute ridiculous things, honestly. So I'm going to obviously use Hydro Pump here because it's neutral and it should just probably one-shot this, so let's hope for that. Wing attack. Okay, so he didn't quite get the power of a randomizer on his side, did he? But now we're going to level up, and therefore we should evolve. Now we're going to keep the moves that we kept, but we should evolve into something completely different. Now, I did say that it must randomize into one of the existing elements, so it should either be water or poison that it evolves into. Otherwise, I've screwed everything up, and I've screwed everything up. Okay, we've got a Psyduck, so that's water. So it looks like everything is fine. Looks. I'm not saying it is, but there's a chance. Okay, so he's got Cloud9. Oh god, I'm gonna have to check abilities every time they evolve. It's gonna be tedious. So yes, welcome to the stream. Please feel free to chat, and we can have a talk, have a chinwag. Oh, an Onyx, eh? And yeah, we'll just chill out and watch my suffering unfold as this all goes inevitably down the drain. Who was a Psyduck for it all 10 seconds there. And this is a Starmie, right? That's quite nice. Now, because evolution is going to happen every level, it means there's a level of strategy here. And that level of strategy means that there's going to be times when it makes sense for me just to do the gym leader, where I've got a strong Pokemon. And there'll be times when it makes sense to avoid gym leaders. Now, that does mean I'm going to take time to potentially grind a little bit, but I'm not going to overlevel. And in addition to that, it means you've got opportunities to try to sabotage me when you feel like it might be a good time. So if you sub, I spin the spin wheel, and whichever Pokemon goes to that, I'm forced to switch out, and they must stay in for one attack. So, oh, and each trainer is buffed as well. I've buffed every trainer, I've buffed every gym lead, every important fight. So, yeah, we can wait into those times to, turn up the difficulty a bit and cause me to suffer a little bit, I suppose. Now this is Nuzlocke, so if a Pokemon dies, it's dead forever. Not over leveling, and we only got one chance at this encounter here, and it's a Shedinja. Now Shedinja does not have Wonder Guard, because I think I removed that, and I randomized it anyway, so it's still going to only have 1 HP though, so I can't actually hit it with anything. I'm just going to throw balls over a best. Black Belt is from the PC. That's what we randomized our potion into. Glowing, is that Bide? No, this Sky Attack. Sky Attack, okay. I was trying to wonder if I was going to be, into any trouble. So Shedinja is going to be an absolute garbage Pokemon because it's level 1. Oh, wait, yeah, just Wonder Guard still. Wait, what? Starmie doesn't get pressure right. I believe I've randomized abilities properly. I think it just randomized into Wonder Guard again. Interesting. So I'm gonna level it up just once, just so I can use something that doesn't have 1 HP. So we know that it is Bug Ghost and it has Lick. So if we actually get outsped by this, we could actually die to our Lick. So we're just gonna tap the Lick on Starmie if that's the case. Okay, she's a Sky type, that's nice. What side will kill this? Is it super effective? I just kind of want Ninja to evolve just so we can get rid of the liability. My god, okay, we're definitely outspeeding this. I'm not even going to bother switching. Now, if we find a level 4, there's a chance we won't outspeed it. Drought on Ononix, that's lovely. Hey, how's it going? Sipuchi is cool. How are you on this fine day? You've come to witness the evolution of Shedinja. He's about to be Scorpish. It's a terrible move for a Pokemon with 1 HP. Oh, he's becoming Gengar. Okay, okay. He will be usable for 1 level. That's nice. So I'm just gonna check what ability he has. Natural Cure. Yeah, yeah. So this has randomized the ability successfully, so I'm happy. I'm very happy with it. Right. So we're doing random evolutions every single level, and random encounters. Trainers have been buffed. Enemy levels everywhere have been buffed, actually, even in WoW. So we should have quite a bit of a time here, a bit of a challenge. So we'll be able to test, see just how far I can go in this game meant for 8-year-olds, but I have loved it all my life, so I'm happy to play. Especially with these challenges, it makes it so much fun. I'm gonna get my encounter down here before I forget about it, because this route on the left is like one of the most forgotten encounters, I'm pretty sure. Because people just say, oh yeah, I'm gonna go straight to Pewter. Quadrant does have Dark Muse, so this could get me killed. I don't know it's level 2. I mean, we're dead anyway, with the units. Dark resists ghosts, right? Or is it immune to ghosts? I'm gonna find out. Yeah, okay. Wow, Hydra Cannon. Let's look at it again. Or just throw balls. Unfortunately, we didn't get the paralyzed, but I'll have to remember to go to the mart after this. So it's kind of funny to see Crawdon, one of the most aggressive, offensive Pokemon. It's got tons of attack. Use a move like Reflect, but it's just tanking up. Okay, we got a crab. Or a lobster, I guess. So, what does he have? Nothing on him. Okay. Wow. I think I might have randomized their movesets a bit stupidly, honestly. Because everything seems to want to use Hydro Cannon. And that's kind of terrifying. And I've also made it so team leaders are pretty much guaranteed to have stronger moves. So, oh my god, paddle downs. Payday is 100% accuracy, so I'm not scared. Well, that could have went worse. Let's avoid Cacnea. You know, it's kind of funny to see a level 2 just, or just potentially 2-shot a level 7. My god. We're just gonna buy 20 for the time being, and I'm gonna get 3 antidotes and 3 paralyze heals. We're not allowed to use the items in combat, but we are allowed to use them in the other worlds. You know, it might help me out in a dungeon somewhere. Okay, this is our encounter here, right? Yes, it is. And also it's Blastoise. There's a lot of water on my team. I've got to say, I'm not. Okay. Everything's usually the same moves like Hydra Cannon, and then we got goddamn Bubble. He is Survivor outside. This guy's got a lot of physical defense. He is a bit of a tanky turtle. My god, he's too much of a tanky turtle. Maybe Hydro Pump would actually do more. Hmm. Buffing his attack could actually be kind of worrisome if we can't do enough damage to it. Yeah, I think that side is actually better. He actually outspeeds a Starmie. That's kind of amazing because he is a level lower and Starmie is a fast Pokemon. It's got a lot of base speed. So, yeah, that's interesting. Alright, let's see what the Blastoise has. Kenai and Nightshade, okay. I think he's just going to be a Meteor Masher, even though it's not Stab. I think that's quite nice to have Meteor Mash. Just a nice little setup move on a tanky Pokemon. You can't go wrong with it. So chat, I recently put a video out where I betrayed Pikachu in Pokemon Yellow. And I traded him for my favorite Pokemon. It was the only way I could do it. The only way I could get Gengar. So I have no regrets. But if you had to sacrifice your Pokemon Yellow Pikachu, who would you sacrifice it for? Which Pokemon would you choose to trade it for? Also, we just had Sandstream and now we set it up some. Also, I'm not purposely just trying to farm money by spamming Payday. I know that's probably what it looks like at the moment. I'm just kind of using it to lower this down just so I can catch it. I've increased catch rates a bit, but not by a massive amount. Because I know like loads of people just say, "Oh yeah, everything's 100%," but that's kind of not fun. And things evolve anyway into any potential Pokemon, so it's not like catching a legendary is a big thing in this game. In fact, it's a liability. My God, what would be my sunny day? Could you think of a worse combination? I mean, maybe a water mirror, is it? Okay, Bad Pad is nice. That allows you to get motivation, right? Yes, it does. We're going to put it on our king, because our king is the only one who really matters. The other team members can die for all I care. I'm gonna try to level them up a bit, but you know, I'm not wanting them to steal the show. Also, I kind of find it interesting how Lapis is actually weak to rocks. Because you look at it and the back of him actually looks like a rock. You know, it's a bit of land. But no, he really hates rocks. So we should just evolve once, yeah? If it evolves twice, I'm going to be kind of annoyed. Because, you know, it's extra um, animations, but I don't think it would. Alright. So Crawdon is going to be evolving in the dark. Um, this is Starmie Deploy, so that's kind of cool. Two very similar themed Pokemon in the design, not in our play. So Umbreon now has Early Bird and this is Synchronized, okay. Kind of want to level a few more times because, like I say, I have increased the trainers. Oh, wow, we've got Thunder. Let's go. I have increased the trainers' power level. I've given them more Pokemon, better movesets, and what else have I given them? Better levels, I think. I'm not sure. I don't think I've given them better levels. I think I might be lying. But either way, the first trainer is actually going to be kind of scary. Just because he's got a load of Caterpies and Weedles usually. And now they're going to be randomized to whatever. And they're going to have better movesets. So his tiny, weak Pokemon that he has a lot of is going to have even more. And they're going to be even stronger. Okay, this is going to get very odd very quickly. But luckily, it's only going to appear for how long? Until we get through the Viridian Forest. Because once we get to Viridian Forest, we're not going to level up that much. It's not a major deal. We're just going to appreciate that we're going to have a lot of evolutions very quickly. I was surprised to see just how little damage the Umbreon did with the Thunder. Because, like, I know Thunder is super effective and it isn't stab, but my god, is Umbreon's special attack really that low? I know you basically build him as a tank, and you're mainly using him for like toxic storing and such, but really, he just seems so weak. So very, very weak. I'm just going to quickly check my sound just to make sure you guys can hear me properly, because I'm not sure, because I haven't actually checked. And a sound check should have been done at the start of the stream. Just a little. Yeah, okay. That sounds absolutely fine. I'm happy about that. Did I have done it beforehand? Yes. Did I do it beforehand? No. So there we go. So we got Mightyena. Mightyena is the best Pokemon in the game. Everybody uses Mightyena. Everybody loves Mightyena. Okay. I'm gonna go to the center real quick. And I think we're gonna take on the trainer once we've got everybody to probably level 8. So not too long. We've got what? 2 levels to get on most characters. Not bad. And I guess we'll do the rival a little bit after the first few trainers. Because he is going to be level 11, I believe. Wait, what level is Brock? Brock is like 14 for his ace, right? I think. I believe so. So we need to make sure we don't outlevel that, because that would be kind of lame. Hydro Cannon. The dog uses Hydro Cannon. So another game which may be similar to Pokemon. I'm not sure because I haven't tried it yet. But I've seen that like Mewgenics is very popular right now, and I have bought that today because I do want to play it. Oh my god, Claudon. We've already had a Claudon, so this is kind of like Duke's Claws. I guess we can't use Duke's Claws in this game, can we? Oh, Bone Club though. But what I was saying about it is that I think I get rid of Reflect. It's that, you know, a game about creatures and making them fight. That's the kind of game I really enjoy playing. So I might be into that. We'll see. I'm not sure yet because I haven't tried it. And I haven't seen anybody play it. But I looked at the reviews. People really like it. And I've seen so many video thumbnails on it, so Clearly there's an interest there. I'm interested. Okay, are we gonna have like circular evolution? This is circular evolution, isn't it? Because Umbreon's gonna evolve into what do you call it? Sneasel. I mean Sneasel's gonna evolve into Cordon. So we actually made a loop. So we actually know that Umbreon must loop in a certain way. And because of that, we actually know that Umbreon's actually going to be a viable Pokemon. Because each of these Pokemon are all dark. So as long as I keep a dark move on my team, will be good. And they're all physical units. Is dark physical? No, dark's special in this game. My god, that's not good. Okay. But these are all physical attackers. So as long as I get physical moves, they don't necessarily have to be dark, I guess, because yeah, but she shouldn't be dark. Yeah, see. And Sneasel and water, ice and water are also special. My God, this is going to be like we do physical things on it, but we're not going to actually want to use stab. So that's a very confused Pokemon right there. But I guess that's okay. Oh dear. I'm going to do this for Sky Attack. If he just two shots us, then it is what it is. Wow, that was a crit. Didn't look like a crit to me. And it clamped me, which means I am stuck here. But we are faster, and I think Scared has 100% accuracy, so I'm not really feeling the stress here. I'm not feeling like we could potentially die to Quillfish. But we should realise that Gengar's probably not going to be the best choice for that one. Even though he resists poison, it's like it doesn't really matter when you're just doing so much goddamn damage. Wow, that Lapras absolutely gets annihilated, eh? Okay, so Gengar turns into Weezing? I'm pretty sure that's Weezing. So Gengar's following poison. That's what we need to remember about Gengar. He will always be a poison type. He's got Trace. Oh. It's kind of like just learning the game again, really, when you're doing a run like this. Because you can see that the randomizer's following certain rules. So as long as I can remember some of these rules, I've got a chance. Just need to get a few more Pokemon, a few more levels, and then we'll start progressing properly. Nidoqueen, okay, so that's unfortunate because Weezing's physical. Nidoqueen, I guess Nidoqueen's a hybrid. Also, this is becoming Lotad, which is terrible. No, Lotad, Lombre. Okay. Which confirms that Cloysterline is on water. Um, I think what we're gonna do. Ooh, Ice Ball. That's a crit as well. And if you don't know Ice Ball, it doubles in power every single turn. Now it doesn't double in damage, so if it crits, it doesn't like do 4 times crit afterwards. It just like increases the base power, but it can still get very scary very quickly, which is why we introduce it to rocks. I might have actually died if he crit an Ice Ball there, to be fair, so that wasn't ideal. My God, how many Lapises are we gonna find? So we're never going to use Ice Ball. Oh yes, it's because he can kill us. That's why we're in kill range. You can't kill Sneasel with Ice Ball. Okay. Yeah, I just said. Great. I'm going to change things because why not? I'm going to try Thunder. I don't know how much it's going to do. I never used Sneasel as a special attacker. In all honesty. Okay. Nidoqueen's level 8, so I'm going to move Nidoqueen out of the top of the party. I don't want to make everything really high leveled. And we've got an Ivysaur. Okay. I kind of hope these Pokemon are going to like turn into what do you call it? They're gonna loop like I've got with Sneasel. Because if they loop, then there's a lower predictability with it, and there's a lower planning with it, and I can adjust to that. Because just pure random evolution every turn, or every level, is actually kind of horrible. But if I know, hey, it's going to become one thing and then another thing and then another thing each time, then I can at least say, well, this Pokemon is going to have this particular role. So this is just going to have Sunny Day and Aurora Beam. I know Sunny Day Nurse Water, but it's still a decent matchup. I'm just going to use Nightshade, right? This is amazing 6 damage. Maybe Bubble is better. Also, Bubble and Water Gun. Bubble is actually just a superior move in every way. Because for both the exact same PP, no, they're not. They're the exact same power, but Bubble has a chance to lower speed. So unless you particularly want the enemy to... Ooh, Muddy Water. Unless you want the enemy to not drop their speed stat, Bubble is just better in every single way. And the times when you wouldn't want to nerf the enemy's speed are very, very niche. Oh, oh my god, it's a Zumo, isn't it? Okay, it's Mowel. I can hold my disappointment a little bit. And Muddy Water is actually going to be good here because we've got the... Wait, yeah. Oh. Because at least we can do lots of super effective damage without being nerfed by the sun. Having a Ponyta with the only move being a Roller Beam is actually quite hilarious. I appreciate that the Fire Horse just loves using ice damage. And I have made it so the randomized movesets do like try to stick to the type, but it won't always do that. It will do like preferring that type. So there are rules to it. Sometimes the game will just say, nah, screw it, I'm just gonna use this. Why not? Hey, I kinda wanna move this along now. I'm getting bored of grinding these little mobs. Charmander, eh? The absolute best Gen 1 starter. Absolutely. Nobody can argue with that. You may say Squirtle and what's his face? That Pokemon nobody remembers, Bulbasaur, that's the one. You might say that they are they're better against Brock. And I would agree, wholeheartedly. I'd also say they're better against Misty. Absolutely. But you know what? Charmander just looks cool. And having a fire type in a game where there's no fire types at all, pretty much, there's something to be said about that. I don't know what there's to be said about that, but there is something about. Oh my god, Scorpico. Hmm. Okay, looks like that's all he uses at least. The Scorpico's the signature of Blaziken. It used to be the signature. I think a lot of Pokemon get it now, but it used to be in Gen 3, I believe, his signature move. And it's not the best move, but it's actually a really strong move early game. It's got a solid amount of power. And I don't remember if it's got any special effect or not, but it does have 100% accuracy. So it's kind of like an all-round good spamming move. So to see it early on, it's kind of scary. But oh, Pain Split, that's interesting. I do like Pain Split. It's a move most players. Wait, this is Rapidash. Is a move most players don't use, but I actually do find uses for it quite often. Mainly because I do stupid challenge runs like this. So you sometimes need to think about the mechanics a little bit more. I don't want a pity party of these two. I guess I'll just run. I'm going to go to a Poke Center and then we're going to go do the first trainer. Because we need a bit of suspense. We need a bit of danger here. And there's no danger currently. It's just a little bit of leveling up. So, we're going to lead with... Do we lead with Rapidash? I don't think so, because if we give the sun to something very scary like Kyogre, not Kyogre, Groudon, then we could be screwed. This thing only has 2 turn attacks, ideally. Well, mainly. The thing we're going to need with Sneasel. It is Ice Dart, which does have a lot of weaknesses, but it does have Bone Club, which is a lot of damage. So, I believe Sneasel is a decent choice for our first Pokemon. Okay, so it's our very first trainer, and like I said, I have made the trainers substantially harder, and they are all randomized. So let's see what this guy has. He only has 2 Pokemon. Huh. Maybe I didn't add additional Pokemon to him. Maybe I already did that to important trainers. Oh well, this is 4 times weak to Thunder, so get funded, I guess. Delcatty. Delcatty, do I want to change to Delcatty? I don't think so. I mean, Gengar. Wait, it's not Gengar anymore. Hmm. I don't really see much fit in Delcatty, to be honest. There we go. Alright. Neasel can get out of the front of the team. He's going to evolve into, I can't remember. What does he evolve into? Machina. Yeah, this is actually really bad. There's only actually one good Pokemon in this evolution line. So Sneasel might be a Pokemon we replace. So I'll try to remember that. Because I really don't want a liability that's going to be bad for 66% of the game. Because that's how often he's forced to be in this unevolved form. Oh shit. I think we run. Because if I switched, it would gain another Ice Ball. And gaining another Ice Ball would double power. And then he potentially attacks again. Okay, we're going to stay in, but we're going to just Nightshade it this time. Because at least I know what he's going to do this time. Yeah, look how fast this ramps. It is absolutely insane. If it crits, we are dead. Crit. It's a 5% chance. I'm willing to roll that. Never mind if it crits. We are just dead. Now, there is an upside to this, and that's that Rapidash is a very fast Pokemon. So, you know, you get some wins, you get a few losses. Oh dear. We could have just ran away, but I was lazy. And that's just the game we play, I'm afraid. So we're going to have our very first death in Marvel. Sorry, Marvel. I never meant to hurt you. I never meant to make you cry. But, you know, this could kill me in one hit. And it is a fast Pokemon. This is Thunder. Oh. Yeah, this is the great thing about Thunder. It never hits. My God. Also, Dodio gets pursued, so that was actually kind of a stupid thing to stay in for so long. Houndoom as resistance, and we also have Aurora Beam, so this is quite nice. We resist. My God. Wait, I thought that resisted poison. Huh. Yeah, this is bad actually. I guess we hope. Okay, I'm dead. That's a stronger move. Uh, we need something. I don't know what we need, but we need something. Hmm. You would have thought we'd find an offensive Venusaur, which is the death of us. So, Ivysaur would potentially work with a Sky attack, but if we get outsped, which we probably will do, we are going to die before we get 2 hits off. King is weak to Sludge Bomb, so we'll probably die instantly. And Matiina will get attacking first. He actually will. But the problem is Bone Club is not... Wait, we can flinch. Okay. We send it. Alright, we need a flincher, chat. If this flinches, we survive. If it doesn't, We lose Mighty, you know. We send it. Yeah, okay. So this is going well. This is about what I expected from the run, honestly, but you know, you make your own graves, you lie in them. Hydro cannon because we're gonna die anyway. What? He outspeeds? Oh my god. I didn't even see. I don't know. I don't know what I saw. uh, oh, okay. uh, so we've actually got what you call it, Shiftry, the original Nuzlocke Pokemon, and I guess oh, that's our starter as well. That's nice. So I guess this is thematic. You know, the original Nuzlocke Pokemon has said, we are here to do a challenge today. And I'm going to keep this challenge on the road, keep it on the rails, by killing 3 of your goddamn Pokemon and making sure you do not make the challenge too easy by relying on a large amount of Pokemon. So I agree with Shiftry. I think that was very based, and I will look to him for future guidance in life. How about you guys? Are you into the Shiftry meta? Are you potentially thinking, yeah, Shiftry did good there? He got a few of our Pokemon killed, and his leadership was strong enough to tell us that these Pokemon were trash, and we shouldn't have been using them. And, you know, he just weeded out the rats. He weeded out the weeds very easily. Also, this guy had this Pokemon randomized into a Kakuna, which is usually what this guy has, so that's kind of hilarious. I like that. It had what? 350 Pokemon that it could have chose, and it chose the same thing it always is. Also, we're making use of Sky Attack. Who has made use of Sky Attack recently? Because I haven't. So this is exciting. I'm happy to see Ivysaur becoming a Sky Attack monster. And now he evolves into something probably much worse. Oh, Gengar again. Okay, so we've got a loop. Gengar becomes Weezing, Nidoqueen, Ivysaur, Gengar. Right. That is actually pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. You just need to have some better moves. What would I say about that? Weezing, Nidoking, Ivysaur, Gengar. It's interesting, that's for sure. I don't really know what I would say about it. I'd say it's got potential. It's not insane, but it's not absolutely terrible either. And if Gengar wasn't a poison type, I would have potentially been scared after being poisoned by Pin Missile. Because like this HP, while we're locked into 2-hit moves like Sky Attack, it's not ideal. I have a potion, because I would like to just potion instead of going back to the sun. Yeah, I do realise this is me being lazy, but it is what it is. Yeah, we're gonna Sky Attack again. This should do about 5. Only 2, nice. Oh, and we flinched as well. That's pretty good. Pretty good. I'm happy with that. Let's see if we can get Gengar 1 more level, and then we'll push on to Brock. Am I scared of Ice Ball from this thing? It did just kill one of my Pokemon, so I should be scared, but I'm not. Because I'm an idiot. And it also has a chance to miss and it's paralyzed, so that helps as well. So Gengar becomes Weezing, right? We've seen this before. Yes. So it's Weezing into Nidoqueen into Ivysaur. Okay, so Ivysaur's the weak link here. All these other Pokemon are pretty decent. So he's going to be weak for 1 in 4 of his fights. I can live with that. That's not bad. So, chat, what do you think? Do you think I'm going to be able to get a few gyms done? I think I'll be able to get. I'm guessing to Erica. I think I might get to Erica. Okay. We're leaving. Because the way I see it is that Brock is potentially an issue, but he only has two Pokemon, which means he has three this time. And I've only got two. But my Pokemon are currently pretty decent. I've got Shiftry and Weezing, which means if I go into Brock right now, I've got a decent chance of winning. If I go into Misty, she would have three Pokemon in this change, but I would have had two more places to have encounters by then. There was a chance for a little bit of a power increase. Surge should be easy. Surge is always easy. Um, Erica's the issue because Erica's usually easy, but she will have five Pokemon, I believe, here. No, she'll have four. And I don't know if I'll have four Pokemon around the level 30 zone by that time, because that's kind of a bit of a tall order. Speaking of tall orders, I don't want to fight Lapras every 2 seconds. Did you know Pokemon evolve? Yeah, mate. Oh shit, it's fucking Taurus, really? Taurus is scary because it has a lot of attack. Why didn't I use Scorbash? Scorbash would have given me defense. It's a better play here. Yeah. Okay. So that could have went worse. In fact, I was within damage range a bit there. Dunsparce does potentially have ground moves. No, he's randomized and he was normal. So I don't think so. I have no idea what Shiftry does. Honestly, I've never used him. But I'm assuming he's a physical attacker. I'm also assuming that Dunsparce dies to rocks. Seedot! Ooh, our little buddy. I'm just going to use Payday. We'll get a bit of gold out of this. And yes, I am going to a Poké Center after this. I'm not charging towards my death. I would try to not be as silly as I was before, and oh my god, he has Ice Beam. If I got paralyzed there and he Ice Beamed me again, I would have lost King. And that would actually be the end of the run, because if King dies, I'm forced to sacrifice maybe a Pokemon area or one more. So that Nidoqueen, we do not want Weezing to level up again. If Weezing levels up again, we're going to be weaker for Brock. So we kind of want to. We want to switch it after we go to a Poké Center. We do need to heal first. And I do want a faster pick. My god, I didn't even move. You know, someone took the piss with a meme a few years ago of Final Fantasy VII, where Cloud was moving in a cave, and in caves in Final Fantasy VII, you can walk any amount of room and get a random encounter. And he literally just turned his character and he got a fucking encounter every single time. And he did it for like 5 encounters in a row without moving one time. It was hilarious. And that's how I just felt there. I just turned my character and I got a fucking encounter. It's like, please stop. Just no. Especially when my Pokemon are almost dead and I'm trying to flee. I'm trying to get to a center. And this place is full of Lapras, which has Ice Ball, which can actually scale high enough to just one-shot all my team. So no, I do not want to fight Lapras here. And also these Ponytas, they don't look scary, but guess what? Both of my Pokemon are actually weak to ice at the moment. So everything in here I'm allergic to, and I want to get out. Because this has changed from being, oh, I could get a bit of more power before I brought to, no, this is a really stupid idea to stay here any longer. Also, I'm going to evolve here, aren't I? Okay, that's good. Because we don't know what we'll get here. It could actually be okay. This Pokemon kind of counters us quite a lot, actually. But I think we're going to take 2 hits, maybe 3. So I'm just going to use Payday. Oh, fucking hell. This is why you don't randomize too many things, guys. Because this thing could just become unkillable. We're gonna have to use special moves now, so I guess we use that's 4 times resist. My God. Let's hope for flinches. Oh, this is so bad. So if you don't know how attack and defense formulas work, which most people don't, anybody with a life doesn't know. Oh my fucking God. We are screwed, aren't we? We are absolutely screwed. I'm gonna lick it for paralyze and just hope he uses feather dance around defense. Oh, this really sucks. Um, hmm. Okay, I'm gonna nerd out a bit here. Hold on. Yeah, even though he resists, we're only gonna do a little bit less damage with payday, but if we flinch, we can potentially win because 2 flinches and we should win this. The problem is defense stacking plus attack lowering will absolutely destroy us because he resists all our special moves 4 times over. So we are in a really, really bad spot here. My God, you. Now there is a chance that we crit. If we crit, we penetrate defense. So that's kind of what I'm looking. You know what? This is 4 times with this, but it's probably going to do more damage. Screw it. No, it isn't. Okay. See? What did I say about defense and attack stacking? This is really stupid. Okay, luckily I don't think he can hurt us either. So, we're going to go to Brock with 1 Pokemon. So we better hope King can take out 3 Pokemon at once. Because if not, we are screwed. If this evolves into a legendary, we might have a chance. That's all I can say here. Because apart from that, I don't see much chance of us doing anything. It's a fucking Sunflora. Sunflora has some of the worst stats in the game. If you thought Magikarp was bad, you can Google Sunflora stats. See just how close they are to Magikarp. Because Sunflora doesn't evolve, it's a fully evolved Pokemon. And it's like got what? Double the stats on Magikarp? Fantastic. Fantastic. I think Charmander has higher stats than Sunflora. No, I'm taking the piss a bit there. He doesn't. But it's not far off. It's absolute garbage. Okay. I need. I don't know what I could possibly get here. Nothing can save me, right? Um, we've got a Sunflower. What ability? Right, I need to put another king in the box. Overgrow, yeah, fantastic. But all those grass moves we have. The game's just taking the. The game's just teabagging me as much as possible, isn't it? Let's deposit the dead thing. Okay, chat. I said I'll probably make it 2 Erica. Clearly, that is not on the table. But we've got a chance of beating Brock. All we need is to evolve Sunflora before we go in and get something nice like a Lugia. If we get a Lugia, we'll be happy. But we can't go. We're going to be careful because we can't go above Brock's Ace, which is 14. If we go to 14, well, past 14, then the run instantly ends. Because one of my rules is if I overlevel, I spin the Death Wheel. And guess what? The Death Wheel kills the only Pokemon we have. So, in accordance with the rules, I am forced to get lucky either here or the next level and then do Brock. High jump kick. Okay, this is strong. We don't need both Hydro Pump and Hydro Cannon, so I'm getting rid of the Water type Hydro Beam. It's okay, but it's not a good move for Nuzlocke. Blossom. Do I believe in Blossom? Uh, I don't believe in Blossom. But mathematically, Blossom is likely to be better than what we get in our next evolution. Because it is a fully evolved stage 3 Pokemon. And because of that, it could potentially do something. Oh my god, it's got pure power. Um, this Pokemon does not have 27 attack. This Pokemon has 34 attack. Holy, this thing likes rocks. And if I jump kick misses, we are goddamn dead. But if it hits every time, we are winning hard, guys. You like a bit of gambling? Because I think that's what we're about to do. We're gonna gamble this entire gym. Oh my god, it's a friggin' Flygon. Okay, so let's be real here. Brown Dragon. This is neutral. This is... Okay. We shouldn't press the stupid button. But I'm gonna press the stupid button. Risk glow, eh? Oh my fucking god. Right. We are now, we need to take out 3 Pokemon. Flygon outspeeds us. And the only way to kill it, realistically, is to press the stupid Gamba button. Can you resist that? Okay. My god, it didn't die. Ooh. Payday. It's the most accurate choice. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if you needed to lower our defense. I think we're pretty much dead as it is. And we can't evolve mid-combat. Mr. Evis. My god, this is terrible because we can't just pick it. So our strategy here is we flinch it with Rock Slide. Lock on. Okay. What do you have, Fisher? Wait, we're immune to Fisher, so it doesn't matter. Rock Slide versus Aggregate Pump. Which one's more accurate? I think Rock Slide. Yes, I'm right. Okay. Cool. We wasted a turn. Blossom doesn't seem to be very fast, does he? Patreon, okay. This is Ground Dark, so it's neutral to our jump kick. We send it. We just send it. Oh my god. Well, there we go. That's GG. Oh no. Okay. Well, the team's dead. Let's look at what happened here. So Blossom did the last of our, but this thing, why did this thing die? I can't remember. Water spout spam, yeah, that was scary. I should have actually switched into Blossom earlier. We might have been able to survive that. But I didn't really know what attacks he had at the time, so that's my defense. And these 3, absolute failures. They died due to a bit of an unfortunate Venusaur that just destroyed our entire team very early on with slush bombs. So that is the run. We have lost, we have failed, and how much in-game time do we have? 2 hours? That's at least a nice early time to fail, so it is what it is. Thanks for watching, and I'll try this stupidity another day, and we'll get through it. End of the day, you can't have fun unless you're, you're just eating hot coals, can you, and torturing yourself a bit. So, there we go. Thanks for watching, subscribe for some more. Oh, and I did a funny little video on Pikachu and Machamp recently, so if you want some very absurd humor about those Pokemon, go for it. You might enjoy that on my channel. Bye.